Okay. All right then.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you today?
Hello.
I'm good.
So are you ready for day 2?
Yes, of course, ma'am.
I like that. I like that spirit. Okay, so just a quick review of what we did yesterday. You have learned, because I wasn't there, you have learned to administer roadmap. I hope you enjoyed it because I find it really, really easy to navigate. And then you also learn how to use Padlet and Jamboard in your class. And today, I believe, under the topic of oral language acquisition, you are going to learn how to use Flipgrid. Is that right, Puja?
Yes. Yes.
And then with the topic of literacy development, you are going to work with read work. And then we also have assessment for and of learning. I don't know what
They're going to create, they're going to make their own worksheet. They're going to make their own assessment.
Wonderful. All right. So we're going to have the workshop until, let me check the, we're going to have the workshop today up to 8:35. 8:35, we're going to have a bio break for about 10 minutes and then continue with the workshop up to 11:15. And then we're going to have our closing. And some of the facilitators today are meeting the dean, reporting this program. So probably Ibu Ani and then Ibu Tiara, Pak Dion, they are leaving at around 9, but they'll be back. Yeah, and the meeting will only take for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, students, we will just have to surprise your instructors with how well we can work without them.
Survive with me and Fabi and Satrio. All right, Ibu Puja, they are all yours.
Thank you. Okay, so the first about 10 minutes, I would like you to do a Flipgrid morning meeting. And I also want to remind you, if you did not share your roadmap, your group did not share your roadmap with me, to please do that. I am going to also send you a link in the chat box. You will not be able to edit, but you will be able to click on the links. So this hopefully will make things a little bit easier today so that you can see the different steps and you have the directions and the roles there for you with the links. So hopefully it's a little bit easier for you. So the very first thing I would like you to do is go to Flipgrid, and I will show you what it looks like. You can use Flipgrid for all sorts of things, like morning meeting, like making a lesson, recording your screen. You can use it for social emotional learning. You can use it for students to respond to things. I have used it for students to do a before learning activity and then an after learning activity. The possibilities are endless. So I'm going to give you about 10 minutes on the clock for you to complete this activity. If you cannot log in, let me know. So let me give you the link in the chat box again. Hold on. Copy. There we go. So here's the link in the chat box, and the password is Indonesia 2021. Okay, so I'm going to put 10 minutes on the timer for us. There, take it upstairs.
Wait to see.
And instructors, you can make a Flipgrid video too, answering the question. We have about 5 minutes. Is everybody doing okay?
So we just respond your question, right?
Yes, so you're just answering. I see that Ibu Yuniar and Badian have already put their videos, so great job. And I see that a lot of students have watched the video. Give it a try. Try to record your video and answer the question.
And the responses, other students' responses are not going to appear in our screen as students, only in yours as teacher.
No, you can see it too. So
Ah.
when I click on the link, I can join with Google, my Google account. And then I can see, oh, I'm not allowed to join because I don't have a Gmail. Hold on. So let me join with my Gmail account here. And I can see as a student, everyone who has responded, and I can watch my classmates' videos too.
I mean, for if it's for an exam, for example, then we can wait until everyone is finished and then share the link, right? Share this then.
Yes, so you can change the settings. This is not really for exam. This is for children to watch each other, and you can even write a comment. So I can watch Pinastis, and then I can give her a comment about her video, or if I agree with her or I disagree with her. So this is more collaborative.
Oh, okay.
Not really for exam.
Okay.
All right, let me see what time we have left. Okay, 3 more minutes, students, and then we will come back to Zoom.
Please, everyone, answer the question. Give your response. How many response do you have, Puja? Just 5?
6.
6, good. But no, but the student, do they understand what they should to do?
Yep, so they can actually hear the question. If they have trouble reading it, then there's a sentence frame for them to use. And then there's a teacher model.
So you have to record, student, you have to record your answer. Okay, you respond.
Yep, so I'm seeing them respond. There are a lot of choices, you know, they can, a lot of students, they want to record it more than one time, or the audio, like our audio is probably in their video right now. So I'm going to be quiet. Okay, students, our time is up for right now. If you would like to finish this assignment, you can do it on your break after you finish taking a break, or you can complete it anytime today. Okay, I just want you to try Flipgrid. But come back to the Zoom room. Let's wait for everyone to head back and we will get started with our topic for today. Okay, I'll give it another 30 seconds or so. Actually, we have a really special guest, Mr. Josh Meyer.
Yay.
So I will introduce Mr. Josh Meyer. He is the genius. He is the computer engineer that built Roadmap.
Wow, thank you. That's a great tool.
Josh, do you want to come on camera and say hi to them?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Josh.
Nice to meet you, Josh.
Hello from Indonesia.
Nice to meet you all.
Okay,
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
So,
thank you, Josh. You can join us.
Mr. Josh Meyer is here because I know from our evaluation yesterday, we learned that it was a little bit difficult to access the roadmap and access some of the websites because of connections. So I think we can suggest if you can find Wi-Fi connection, it might be easier. If you are noticing that things are slow, you can turn off your video. That will help. And if today it's hard for you to go on the roadmaps, I know one of the students yesterday had some trouble loading it. Josh can go into that breakout room and perhaps give some suggestions, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So while we are here, I just want to thank everybody for completing the evaluation on Jamboard. That was really wonderful. And thank you for the first page. That was so sweet. But I am really happy that you were learning a lot and you're excited to try these new apps. And you really didn't have any suggestions. But I had to tell my teacher friends I was so impressed because you're still in university, you're undergrad students, and you brought so much creativity to your assignments. This is the first time that you tried roadmaps, the first time that you tried a lot of the technology, but you were very creative and you were very intentional in designing the activities for your future students. So I'm very proud of you. Okay, so if that's all set, we are going to head right into oral language acquisition. And to do that, we're going to use Collaborify Writer mostly today. You already tried Flipgrid. That's another app you can use. I prefer to use roadmaps because it's all in one place. So that makes my life easier when I'm teaching. And when I teach oral language, I use a communicative approach. So when we're teaching a second language, we want our students to connect speech with meaning. We don't want them to just hear words and sounds. We want them to understand. We can do this by making them have personal social interactions, just like they do when they learn the first language, and also passive observations. So think about when you were a baby, or you have a little cousin, or you have a child. How are they learning Bahasa or another language that you speak in your family? They're interacting socially with family members. They're watching family members talk, and they are learning because it's a joyful experience. So when we teach English or a second language to students, we want them to have this natural experience. And we want them to balance receptive language, which is listening and reading, and expressive language, which is speaking and writing. And you need to balance that. Another important idea is controlled vocabulary. So we want to make sure that the vocabulary development is student friendly. It's appropriate for their age and also their proficiency level. You need to have multiple exposures to new words in that context. So Nisa, if I keep telling you rockets, 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 it's not going to make sense to you because I'm just saying the word. But if I tell you the story, we make a rocket ship, we color it, we write about it, we talk about it, then your brain is going to remember it more. And it's even better when we pick words and phrases that are useful for communication and useful for what you're learning right now. So these are actually materials that I use in my program for my youngest students. It's a wonderful language acquisition program called Grapeseed. And as you can see, I'm teaching the letter M, the sound, and also words that have the sound in the beginning and the middle of the word. And they're going to actually see these words in our song and in our story. So they're what we call high leverage vocabulary. You're using these two words many times. The students are going to see it and use it many times. So for your instructional materials, when you teach oral language, make sure to have some vocabulary picture cards. So important for second language learners because they have to repeat things and they have to have visuals. Action activities, those physical movements, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, that makes your brain remember things more. Having songs and chants, that helps, again, your brain remember these sentence structures. So it helps your brain find it later and use it. So songs and chants, Old MacDonald had a farm. One of the basic ones that kids learn even before they go to school here. And finally, stories. Stories are so important because you can teach vocabulary, you can teach sentence structures, and you're building comprehension skills. So this is going to help for literacy development. So we're actually going to watch some videos. And this is, again, using the Grapeseed curriculum. And it's going to ask me to log in, of course. Here we go.
Cat. Cat. Hat. 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 Socks. 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 Shoes. 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 Shorts. 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 Pants. 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 Pajamas. 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 All these things. A hat or cap goes on my head. Socks and shoes go on my feet. Shorts and pants go on my legs. A shirt or sweater, pajamas too. All these go on this little me. A hat or cap goes on.
So you can see that this teacher is using vocabulary and she is making it make sense. The children are repeating the words at least 2 times. She's pointing to the objects. It's in the form of a song. So the students are starting to make those connections between the vocabulary like pants and hat and also body parts. So it's making sense to them. Let's do another one. This is using action activity. So again, that's that total physical response. You're getting up, moving around.
Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, sit down, and clap your hands. Stand up, look down, look up high, look around, sit down, and clap your hands.
So, whoops, let me pause that here. So again, that teacher is able to get the students up and moving. They're engaged. They have lots of energy. And while they're playing and having fun, they're learning the meaning of expressions. Sit down, stand up, turn around, look up, look down. Those are expressions. Those are phrases that their brain is going to remember. It's muscle memory. Another thing to remember is the power of realia. So having, teaching a unit about umbrella or the letter U and the sound, this teacher brought in a real umbrella to have the students touch and see and use, and that's powerful. So let me show you how we can do a really small mini lesson to get students speaking and listening. So this is a small phonics lesson. We're still practicing speaking and listening, but we're building the steps for literacy development. So here we go. Oops.
Do you know what game we're going to play today? Something to do with the Avengers. That's right. I'm going to say their names in parts, and I'm going to clap the parts. If you think you know what Avengers name I'm saying, you can tap on them with your finger. Are you ready? Here we go. Shuri. Shuri, that's right. I heard 2 claps for Shuri. Shuri. Let's do it again. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel. 4 claps. What am I talking about? That's right, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel. You got it.
So it's a bite size. It's a very small part of a lesson. Clearly not the whole lesson, but you want to make things manageable for your youngest learners. If I were teaching a lesson for 4th or 5th grade, my video would be a lot longer. The topic would be a little bit different because they can handle all that language. So one thing to bear in mind when you're making your video or your example is, what can your students do? So keep in mind what age level they are and how much language they have to be able to do your assignment. So let's, now Ibu Yuniar had asked a really good question about Flipgrid. She asked what to do about, thank you for all these responses, by the way. What if it was an exam or we don't want students to copy each other? Well, Flipgrid is collaborative. It's when you want many students to see each other's work. But with the Collaborify Writer, only one student is answering the question at one time. They cannot see each other's work for this assignment. So for today, you are going to decide on a speaking task for your students. What are you going to teach them to listen and say for your theme? you're going to create the assignment on Writer. And then I would like you to record a very small video to explain the assignment or show a model. You have been doing a great job of showing models to your students. So you would, in your breakout room, if there is an instructor, they are going to be the manager, but I know some instructors have to go to a meeting soon. One person in your group will make the Collaborify Writer node. There will be 2 people working in the Collaborify Writer to write the directions. They can find the pictures. One person who's brave enough to make the video, a very small video, explaining the assignment and giving a model. And finally, one person will be the speaker to present the roadmap to the whole class. So let me show you how you're going to do it. Is everybody with me so far? Kind of? Okay. Okay, so you would need to click on that plus sign, click on Collaborify Writer, create. And I'm going to say mini lesson over here. And you guys already know how to change the color and the sequence. I saw your beautiful maps from yesterday. So Collaborify Writer is really smart. It's giving you an arrow to tell you what you need to click on. So I click on the plus sign and I'm going to make a video. So here's my video. And this time I will not add a YouTube video. I'm going to take a new photo or video. And I'm going to click on video. So here we go. Actually, you might have to leave the Zoom meeting to do this, the person who's making the video. Right now I'm on Zoom, so it's not going to let me take a video. Zoom is funny that way. But when I'm ready to, I will take the video and click save. So think about what would be helpful. My theme is farms. So maybe in my video, I will teach them the names of the animals and how to count. Or maybe I will teach them colors. That's also a good possibility. I can teach them the different colors of the farm animals. I could also teach them the names of, this is more vocabulary heavy, the names of the mother animal and the baby animal. So I decide what lesson I want to teach them and what they will, how they will answer the question, how they will respond. So when you are ready, you'll also need to give instructions. So I click on header and I can, if I click on these, this little arrow to the right, I can actually move it up because I want the instructions to go up. And I can say, repeat the song or repeat the words with me in your video. So I might even have to help them out. I can click on the plus sign and I can click on photo or video and I can move it up and see this little arrow right here that looks like 2 are joining together. If I click on that, it becomes a part of the top. Let's say I changed my mind. I don't want that to be connected. I can simply click on the undo button at the bottom of my screen and it gets rid of any changes. So again, you're going to make a Collaborify Writer node. You're going to make a very short assignment for your students. Give the instructions. Make the place for your students to take their video. and you will record an example video of the speaking activity. Okay. Now, you might want to add a picture to go with your assignment. You can actually do that very easily. So I just go to take new photo or video. I go to select existing photo or video. And here we have Google helping us out. So maybe I want to do farm animals. And I have lots and lots of choices. Look at that. I can use that. If I don't like that picture, do you remember what button I can click on? The undo button, and it's gone. So I can choose a different video or a different photo. Maybe I would like to choose a picture where I can see the animals. So add some images. It's always a good idea for students to see the picture support with the instructions. All right, so I'm going to stop talking. If you need additional support, your student copy has the steps. So you can click on these links and you can see the different steps to take your video. You have the assignment and the roles. All right. So are we ready for some breakout rooms?
Yep.
All right. So we have 25 minutes to work in your breakout rooms and design the task. And is Puji here? Okay.
Sorry, who? Puji?
Puji was having some issues with roadmaps yesterday, so I'll make sure that Mr. Josh and I pop in.
Puji, are you there, Puji?
Yes.
He's here, but
Okay.
Good.
All right. So here we go. You should get the roadmap invite in just a second. Here we go.
Hey, Mama.
Okay. Josh, Puji is in breakout room 2.
Okay, got it.
Thank you. Nisa, Renasia, your team is all done?
We haven't actually finished.
That's totally okay. That 25 minutes is not enough time for everything. So that's okay. This is just to, really talk about the idea together and find the problems. So it's okay if it's not finished. So do we maybe want to try sharing? I saw some good examples. So here we go.
They're still working actually. They're still
Okay.
working.
You're still working. Okay. Do we want a little bit extra time?
Yeah, I guess they did that.
Okay. If you did not finish, that's okay. Just tell me and we will go to the next.
Ibu Puja, Ibu
Yes.
Puja, do you think you can suggest some kind of how to work? I mean, the steps how to work together, because it seems that the students still feel not comfortable talking to each other, working together, or proposing things.
That is that is a universal problem. So students, I will say, you are the same as my, my second grade students and my fifth grade students. Don't be afraid to give your idea. So good news is that your idea is awesome. Your team likes it. Bad news, your idea is not so okay, and someone will give a different idea. But don't be afraid, because when you share your question or your idea, then you're helping other people think. So do not be afraid. Do not be shy. This is your team. They're here to support you. Okay.
Okay. Do you think we need some kind of procedure of how to work together? For example, you can have a chairperson of the group or things like that. Do you think it's necessary?
If that works, if they're comfortable and they know that type of working together for their university classes, you can, the instructors can definitely do that. They can make a chairperson, but I would prefer that everyone feels comfortable helping in some way. And sometimes your technology is not working, or your internet connection is kind of slow. So maybe if my internet connection is slow, maybe Ibu Yuniar, she is sharing the screen and making the roadmap, and I am giving her my ideas, and we are working together that way. So let's try to work together. If the next breakout room instructors, you are seeing that there needs to be a chairperson, or you need to give them more rules, then you can definitely do that.
Okay.
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 All right. So let's share out. Here we go. Okay, breakout room 7, outer space. My outer space group.
You didn't actually finish. Okay.
That's okay. Do you wanna tell us about your idea?
Mbak Rara, boleh? We have a bit of problem of organizing the whole things, like we have the picture and then we would like to add text below it. It's we couldn't really find out how to do that.
Okay, so like, I don't know if you can see my screen.
Yes.
But so if I want to add the text and organize it, I like to have the instruction at the top, and the picture underneath. Repeat the names of farm animals with me. So I click on the picture, the little arrow, and then I choose the arrow, the two arrows merging together.
They're combined, yes.
And then they combine the picture with the farm. And I always like to leave the answer box for my student. So I can give the instruction, now it is your turn. So I want the instruction to go above. So I will choose the above arrow. And I want this to get combined like that. So it's one, less step for my students.
Okay then. So it's always add and combine, add and combine. No, I
I like to combine it, but you can decide not to. You are the teacher. Some teachers like to have the directions under, so I'm going to choose undo, this backwards button.
Okay.
Some teachers like to do it like this.
Okay.
And that's okay.
All right then.
So what was your idea? Does someone want to share from group 7?
Rara, please. Rara and Ade and Nisa. Anyone?
Yes. Thank you for giving us the time. So we have like first we put the text like the instruction and choose which outer space thing you like the best, and we gave 2 pictures, sun and moon, and other instruction, see the video, for example. So we put a video for the model, and we put other words for word bank, so the students can learn another words for making the video.
Can you give us some examples of the word bank, some words that you put in it? I think that's a good idea.
Yes, like solar system, warm, shine, circle, bright, satellite, and bright, something like that.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing your idea, group 7. I think that's a wonderful speaking assignment, and this is for older students, so you have high expectations of them. So very nice. All right, let's hear from one more group. Oh, hold on. That's group 7 again.
Again.
Here we go.
Another one, I'm gonna a jackpot.
All right, group 2. Group 2, zoo animals. Anybody from group 2 want to share their
group 2? Who are in group 2?
Group 2 is Aninda, Atifa, Larasati, Ayurama, Puji, and Nafisa.
Okay, please, one of them.
Thank you, Ibu Bekti.
Okay, we have problems with internet connection, so some students access the application from their cell phones, while another one has internet. It has a bad internet connection as well. So I think I tried to help them to manage this. Well, actually, this is the one that Ibu Puja has created ya tadi, dibantu dengan Ibu Puja juga. So thank you for helping us.
Of course. I'm so sorry that the group is having internet problems. I'm so sorry about that.
We have added something, Ibu, the video.
Very nice.
The video from the YouTube.
Okay.
That's it. Because we couldn't create it our own video.
Oh, yeah. No, this is a good idea. See, so I just want to show sometimes YouTube has what you need. YouTube has the lesson. So if you are struggling, you can always put a video instead of recording your own. So this is a really good example of what teachers do every day. You know, we adjust. Something does not work, you adjust. So this is a great example,
Yes.
Ibu Becky. Thank you for sharing it.
All right. Thank you.
All right, nice job, team. I'm sorry that you're having internet problems, but I think you're managing to do a really good job of working together. And thank you, Ibu Bekti, for doing the screen sharing and adding the nodes to the, you're a wonderful instructor. So thank you. Okay, do we have time, I think, for one more? And maybe we can take an early break. It's breakout room 1. Me and myself, breakout room 1.
Yeah. So Mukhlis, you can present what you have done with your friends, Mukhlis.
Okay, sir. All right, so this is what my group and I have done.
Okay. Oh, I like the picture. It's so cute.
So sorry, yeah. Could you please scroll down, Mbak Intan?
Intan, can you scroll?
Yes.
Oh,
And this is the video.
Okay.
That explain the task for the students, actually.
Very nice. And this is really good. I like, it's very simple. You have the instruction, you have a picture, and you have an example. So this is very, very good. I will also suggest that you put like an answer box for your students, because when you have your students do this for the first time, you will teach them how to do it, but it's always better if you show them where to put the answer. So Intan, can I ask you to click on the plus sign at the bottom of your screen? Yep, just click on the purple plus sign and then click photo or video. Yes, click photo video. Perfect. So right there, the student has a place to record their answer. So it's one less step for the student. This is wonderful. Good job, team 1. I love it.
Thank
Good
you,
work
Puja.
together.
Thank you, Ibu Puja.
Of course. Okay, so it is it 8:23 there right now? Are there any other groups who want to present their work?
Group 3.
Group 3, yay! Ibu Lucy has volunteered you, group 3.
Yeah, come on, Wilanda or Fitria.
Hello, Fitria made the video, yeah?
And
I think I remember Fitria making the
Amila.
little video. Okay, who wants to
Go,
share the
girl.
screen?
Amila, you ready?
Yes, I will share the screen.
Okay, thank you, Amila. Group 3, if you are talking, I cannot hear you. So you can unmute your mic, please.
Okay, this is our work.
Okay.
The first video is the instruction. The teacher explain it. And then it is about repeating for the word seasons and weather.
Okay.
The first word is summer. This is the video.
Uh-huh.
We also put a picture.
Oh, lovely.
And the box for the students for answering.
Okay, okay. Scroll down a little bit.
Scroll down, Amila. Scroll down, please.
Move down on the screen.
Yes.
Oh, very nice. Oh, so then now they're learning some weather words. Very nice.
Yes. That's all.
That's great, group 3. I think you did a wonderful job. So I want to point out some really good things I'm noticing. You have a lesson instruction video. So the students, you know, they're young, they don't have to remember instruction, question, example, all in one video. You are chunking the lesson. That's very helpful for little kids. I also like that you're teaching them some words, not just the names of the seasons, but some more vocabulary they need in that topic. So not just summer, winter, you're teaching them now cloudy, sunny, windy, and you're also giving them some picture support. So if they don't understand the English in the video, they still have a picture to help them make the connection. So really nice job, group 3, of making supports for your students. Thank you for sharing, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, can we have one more group to share?
Group 4.
Group 4, are you ready? You have just been volunteered.
4.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Melvin.
Wait, trying to share my screen, and Pinasti will give the explanation of our presentation.
That's really good teamwork. Look at that. One person is presenting, one person is doing the technology. Good teamwork.
Excuse me, can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes, very clearly.
Yes.
Oh.
So Pinasti, you can starting to explain what we have done.
Okay, thank you, Melvin, for the time. So our group decide to, you know, the theme or the main concept of our mini lesson is we're giving a clue to the kids about profession. Maybe like we give a picture of school, then the students can record their answer, like teacher or librarian, just like the instruction that has been explained by Melvin in the video.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I cannot hear the voice.
I cannot hear, but it looks amazing.
Wait, sir. Wait, I think I have a problem with this one. So yeah.
That's okay, Melvin. That's okay. I can see that your team worked really hard on this. Can you scroll down a little bit, please, Melvin? So Pinesti, you were saying, oh, I see the picture of the school, the clue. And then what will the students do? Go down? Oh, wow. Really nice. Really nice. Okay, so I want to point out some wonderful things I'm noticing. I noticed that they're using the home language support. So they have the direction in English and also in the student's first language. I'm seeing that there is a video that's explaining the instruction and an example. And it's a little bit like higher level, more thinking for the students. They're not just repeating, because this is older students now. They are not just going to repeat, but they're going to try to remember the vocabulary they learned from the story or the other activity. So this is a good connection for the age level and the language level. So I like that I'm seeing so many examples in all your groups. You're thinking about your students' ages and what they can do. So some are repeat, you're learning, little kids. Some are, okay, think about it, remember the word. And some are, tell me sentences, because they're much older. So I love this. I love that. And this is very nice too. You have a place for the students to record their answer. So good job, group 4.
Yes, thank you.
Very nice job, group 4. Good teamwork.
Thank you, Mrs. Mullins.
All right, so I think you deserve a little bit of extra, extra 4 minutes on your break, because you worked very hard. So we will go on break and we will come back at 8:45. So you have 4 extra minutes. I would like you to do something on your break though. So on your break, I want you to find a good game on this website. So take your break. You have till 8:45. When you are done with your break, if you are done a little bit early, you can go on that website and try to find a game for your students. Maybe the grade or the age level or something that matches the topic. Try to find something and have fun. Okay, I will see everyone at 8:45. So the first thing you want to do is start by identifying your students' level. And then think about, what can your students do? So here in the US, we call it asset-based. We're not thinking about, oh, Pinasti, she's at this level, and Melvin, she's at this level. Oh no. Instead, we're thinking, look, Pinasti can do this, 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 and Melvin can do this, this, this. So it's asset-based. You're thinking about what students can do, how much they're bringing into the classroom. And you want to think about a progression of skills. So your kindergarten student will not maybe come to you ready to read and write. They have to learn the alphabet, the sounds of the alphabet. They have to learn that words are made of parts. They have to learn how the parts join together. They have to learn how to break the parts, the word apart, into parts. They have to learn that words go together and make a sentence, and sentences go together and make paragraphs. So they're learning all these skills, but it's like a staircase. The last thing I want to remind you is to differentiate. In your classroom, not every student will be the same. You may have one student who is level 1. You may have 2 students who are level 3. You can have 3 students who are level 5. So you need to modify your assignment for the students and also your instruction, so everybody can understand. To do that, you have to scaffold. If you look at the picture, to build that tower, they needed to put a lot of scaffold to hold it up, to do the work. But will they leave that when the work is done? they're going to take the scaffold away. And that's what you do in your classroom. You give the student support when they need it, and you slowly take it away when they can do something independently. In reading, you can give some scaffolds, like read it out loud to them. You can give the translation and read that out loud. You can do picture vocabulary. A lot of groups did that today. You can highlight the text so their eyes notice the new words. You can give them an organizer so they can take notes. And you can give video support. If they don't know about Michigan, you can give them a video so they can see. The internet is full of resources for you to use. To scaffold writing, think about giving them visuals. Again, pictures. You can have your students match. It's not necessary for them to always write a whole sentence. You can give them the choices and they just match it. Easy. You can give them word banks. I think one group, they gave some words so the students had an idea which words to use in their answer. You can also give fill in the blanks. You give them the sentence, so they're seeing an English sentence and they're putting the correct vocabulary in the blank. You can give them sentence starter. I did that for you today in the Flipgrid. I would rather because So you knew the sentence and you just had to put your own idea in the blank. And you can also do that for paragraph frames. If it's a longer writing, you make the different sentences and put blanks for students to write their ideas for your older students. Here are some examples. So this is a kindergarten student. We're learning the letter U, we're learning the sound, and he is counting how many times he sees the letter U. Short skill. This is another, I think this is first grade. It's in Spanish. So they have to look at the picture clue, and there are two words. They have to choose the correct word to match the picture and write it. So they're practicing writing, they're remembering the word, they're learning to read the word. This is in the middle, the green one is second and third grade. So we've been learning about adjectives. I gave them sentences and I gave them choices, and they move the correct adjective to see which one makes sense in the sentence. And then over here, this is level 1, some question ideas. Where is the It is Where, what is it like? It is and So lots of support for them at that level. At the bottom, the picture of the jaguar. This is a picture with the vocabulary bank and the different parts of the sentence. So first they're going to plan, okay, who is in the picture? What did they do in the picture? Where is the picture? Why is something happening? So they plan only one sentence, but look how much support there is. There's picture, there's vocabulary, there is questions to answer the parts of the sentence. Then they write the sentence. So when you're teaching, when you're giving the scaffolds, the support, your students are learning so much about the language. Today, we are going to find an article on ReadWorks. It's free for teachers, and you can choose different grades. You can also choose collections for English language learners, ELLs. They can read it out loud. They have questions, vocabulary, and they have so many different topics. So let me show you an example. Everyone can still see my screen? So when you go to, when you go to ReadWorks, you have to click on Find Content. And then I just search, my topic is farm. So now I can see there is some articles for 5th grade, kindergarten, 6th grade. Maybe I want something for kindergarten. So I have lots of choices. What is a farm? Dairy farms. Your food comes from farms. I will pick this one today. So you can see if my students don't have computers, I'm teaching this in the classroom, I can just use this.
Your food comes from farms by ReadWorks. Do you eat any vegetables? How about fruits? Maybe you eat a lot of rice.
So there is already a read aloud here that is very helpful. You can see some of the words are the new words. The important vocabulary is a different color. That's a good scaffold. It also gives you some idea of the vocabulary. And then it gives you comprehension questions. So right away, even in kindergarten, they are trying to make sense of the story. So we can use this and make it even more powerful in PDFpal. So I'm going to click on print up here. And I want to only choose reading passage, and I want comprehension questions. So I'm going to click print. And see, this is my article. It gives the questions and some more, the last page. So I'm going to click on this download button over here and download it to my computer. And I'm going to call it farm food article. Now I'm ready to put it in PDFpal. So I will go to my roadmap and I'm going to click the plus sign and choose PDFpal, create. And I am going to call it reading or independent reading, whatever I want to call it. And I'm going to maybe make it a diamond, and I'm going to change the color. And this is going to be step 5, maybe. I will click launch. See that button where it says upload PDF? You click it. And then you find your article from ReadWorks. Remember what you called it? I called it farm food article. So I will click open. Let's say maybe I made a mistake. I don't want that article. If you want to delete, remember that you can click the undo button and it will go away. I will put it again. And now I can start to make it easy for my students. So here are my directions. I can type, I can highlight. Maybe I will highlight the words. I want them to learn the word fruit. I want them to learn the word farms. And I want them to learn the word crops. And I want them to learn the word seeds. So I decide what my students will learn. And I might even record the whole paragraph. Do you eat any vegetables? How about fruits? Maybe you eat a lot of rice, or maybe sometimes eat things with sugar. And then I will put a microphone here, and I want the student to repeat that word fruits. And maybe I want to draw a picture, or I want to write the instruction over here, and I can choose a different color. Maybe, you know, consistency. If your students know teacher instructions are always red, their eyes will go over here and look for the red instructions. Listen to me first, then practice the yellow words. There you go. I might even record that instruction. Listen to me first, then practice the yellow words. So you can say, I am putting lots of support for my students. And maybe fruits, maybe my students don't know what fruits is. So I can draw a picture of a fruit. There we go. There's a really bad fruit. Now, is it a little bit more support for your student what fruits is? So I can do an example. Remember, these are little kids. Maybe they want to draw a fruit. That's okay. So, and then I can read this paragraph. I can read this paragraph, and then they go to the next page. Again, here's the question. They don't know how to read all this English, so I will record the question for them. Here we go. What are crops? Use the purple pencil and circle the correct answer. So I'm giving them instructions what they have to do, and I can read each question. If this is grade 3, you know, they can read this a little bit better. I don't need to record it. So think about always your students' level and what they can do. What will help them be successful? So here, I need to make some modifications for this one. I want them to, for number 6, what did you learn from food? Your food comes from farms. So maybe this one, I don't want them to write. Maybe I want them to record their answer. And maybe this one, I want them to just draw a picture. So I can even make a box. This is a really bad box, but they will know that I want them to draw the picture here. So the more instructions and ideas you can give your students, the easier it is for them to do the work, because they're not having to guess what you want. Okay. All right. So are we ready to maybe try it? So for the literacy project, you will discuss the assignment in your group. You will go to ReadWorks and find a good article and download it. You will create the different parts and scaffolding and upload it into, you will upload it into PDF-PAL and then add scaffolding for students. And remember, scaffolding can be audio, text, highlight, drawing. You decide what will help your students. In the literacy project, you will have one person who will create the PDF-PAL node, one person who will find the article, and they will tell the roadmap person which one they choose. One person who will make all the scaffold in the PDF-PAL. One person who will be in charge of reading the story, and one person who will share the screen. But if your group is having trouble with internet, it may be different. So one person may have to do more than one job, and it's okay. So if your internet is not working very well, turn off your video, turn on your mic, and share your ideas to help the person who's doing the work. Okay? Help each other out and have fun. If you need to know the steps, remember to go here. I'm going to share the link one more time. This is your copy, students. You can look at the steps on page 8. Okay, so before we go to breakout rooms, any questions? All right, you have 25 minutes in your breakout rooms. Ibu Yunia, you have a meeting right now, or is that over?
I have meeting. Sorry, I have I have meeting now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I have meeting actually. Yeah.
Sorry, Puja, did you say something?
No. I just wanted to know if you were in your other meeting. So
Yeah,
continue.
I'm
In
in another meeting.
I already moved to the breakout room.
Don't even
I'm
worry
in
about
meeting.
it. I will talk to you later.
Yeah.
So the facilitators are already leaving for their meeting. Dion, are you joining the meeting too with the dean?
Yes, I'm
okay. So
no problem.
So yeah, I think we can help those with no facilitators later on to share. Okay, we can
That's
focus
totally
more
fine.
on those who have no facilitators with them today. But
no problem. I will. Don't worry about it, Ibu. I will join all the breakout rooms and make sure they are on track.
Okay, then I'm joining breakout 7. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Halo Nak, gimana? Sudah memutuskan?
Hello, I see friends are coming back. Students, how did you feel about ReadWorks and PDF-PAL?
Good. Really good.
Really good. Did anyone have any trouble with ReadWorks?
There is no problems in group 3.
Okay. And you were able to make a teacher account? It was okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And you did not, it was free. You did not have to pay for anything, yes? Okay. Okay. So those of you, if any group had any problems making a teacher account on ReadWorks, maybe Fitria's team, you can help your classmates. You can show them in the future the different steps to make the teacher account, because it's really a free and good resource for you. Did anyone have any trouble with PDF-PAL, making the scaffolds?
Not yet.
No? Okay, that's good. That's good. What was your favorite scaffold? What was your favorite one to use? You can open your mic and tell. It's okay. We're waiting for all the students to come back.
Group 1 hasn't finished.
Okay, that's okay. Don't worry if you did not finish. Okay, you can still explain your.
Yeah, but I can see the dynamics of the collaboration there. They
good. It's improving.
But they have started being comfortable with each other.
Yay!
Okay.
You know, Ibu Nuri, that is so hard, you know, like everybody is studying from their home. They're not meeting in person. It's hard to get comfortable. So this is day 2 and you're already working together. You're collaborating.
Yes.
That's good work.
Yes, they're already feeling comfortable because they express themselves freely. I'm glad that it happens that way. And in the first work, they were not comfortable with each other. They seem to be reluctant to do things, and then they don't know how to organize things. But yeah, I guess this is a good idea for working online. I mean,
absolutely, you know, and it takes time. That's why if I had more time with your group, my first activity would have been different. You know, I would have made you guys do some social emotional and talk to each other and share about your life so you can get comfortable first and then do the work, you know.
I see.
Little time, you know, you have to rush.
Right, okay. But it's important that they themselves realize what is happening when they work together.
Yes,
I guess,
absolutely.
They will, when they teach, they will understand that, because sometimes they just want to rush. They expect too much from the children, and it's
I do that. You know, I mean, I do that myself. I have been a teacher for a few years now, and I still make the same mistake. Sometimes I plan too much, and I think my students will be able to do too much. Sometimes I plan too little, and they're bored because they're all done.
Yes, from the theory, from what I read, we have what is called as a wait time. Yeah, wait time. It's important, not only for children. I think even for my students here in our undergraduates, they need time to respond. Yeah. And I just realized that.
Ibu Nuri, I am so proud of all these students because, you know, it is hard. They're learning the technology. They're, you know, figuring out how to combine 2 applications. They're thinking about what resource they have available to make it work. And they're thinking about imaginary students. So their brains are working very hard right now. So,
Yes.
you know, I think that wait time and being flexible, you know, today all the groups got a little bit extra time, and some groups, you know, got a lot done. Some groups really focused on getting one thing done, and that's okay because we're still learning. We're all still learning.
I've been learning a lot from you also about everything. You know, I'm worried because you know, I'm not a digital person, so sometimes I feel like alien. So
Even Duty, I
digital
think you're
alien.
doing so good. I think you're doing so good. Okay, so students, are you ready to share? Okay. Okay, breakout room 1, me and myself and my family.
We've been lucky always.
Okay, go
If
ahead.
it's a lottery, then we're going to be rich. Okay.
All right,
Okay.
who is sharing the screen?
Yeah. Have they joined the main room? I don't see that.
Yes, everybody, everyone should have joined the main room.
All right.
Now.
Okay.
Thank you,
So,
Intan, for
okay,
sharing.
good. This is what I've been doing.
Intan, we cannot hear you.
Intan, suaranya belum terdengar.
Or maybe someone else can explain who is in the group.
Group 1, who is presenting?
Amalia or Nadia? Anyone? Ella?
Nadia is not there.
Oh, okay.
Mullins?
Mullins?
Mullins, hello. Hello.
Intan, can you scroll down? Okay, thank you. Okay, so already I am noticing that group 1, they highlighted the words, the parts of the family, and they also recorded, it looks like they recorded the pronunciation of that word. So the students are getting a chance to hear it at least 2 times. Oh, Amalia, you're talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I have a bad connection.
That's okay. Continue. Can you explain some more of what your group did?
Yes. So because the topic of our group is family, so we chose twin sister as the topic. So and then we have made the instruction there. Please listen to the recording first and try to practice the yellow words. My friend has recorded the first paragraph there, and then the vocabulary.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's all. Thank you.
Can I add more some explanation?
Sure.
So in the PDF file there's some questions, but it is not fit for elementary students. So we just add some questions by ourselves, like please listening to the recording, and then the students will practice it.
Okay.
Like that.
Very nice. Thank you, Meta. Meta, how do you pronounce your name?
Meta, M-E-T-H-A. Meta.
Meta. Meta,
Yes.
thank you for support. Thank you for joining your team and helping Amalia and Intan share the presentation. I'm very proud of all three of you because you're working together, and in a group, sometimes, you know, the speaker needs some help, and it's okay to come in and share that idea. So I thank you for doing that. And Amalia and Intan, I thank you for accepting each other's support.
Yes, it's our pleasure. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Very nice. Okay, thank you for sharing. Let's hear from one more group. Oh, we don't have breakout room 8.
I like the music.
Breakout room 3. Breakout room 3. Let's see, breakout room 3 is seasons. Thank you, Wafda.
All right. Can everyone hear my voice clearly?
Yes, thank you, Willanda, for sharing.
Okay. So here our work with the title The Four Seasons by Read Words. We put the instructions so the students know what they're gonna do. And can you scroll, Wahda? Could you please? There's also the picture.
Very nice.
From this file, the student can see and hear the voice by the click the icon. So they know how to pronounce the word and the other one.
Very nice.
Next slide, please. Okay, scroll. So yeah, here's also the instruction. Write your name and date, then answer the question. And the question has to put with the voice.
Okay, very nice.
Scroll again. Yes, same the number 1. Okay, next page. And this is the last number, number 3. And next slide. Yeah, this is the end, the number 4 and the number 5 input by the picture.
Very nice.
Also,
oh, wow.
Words. Yes. Okay. Thank you. This is our work.
So team seasons, I want to highlight some things I saw your group do. First, I like that you're giving the written instruction. It's a different color, so the student knows all the time, okay, this is my teacher's instruction. You are also giving the space for them to answer. So for number 6, you want them to say it, not write it, and you put a mic. So it's easy for them, they just have to click. I like that for number 7, you know, you made, you wanted them to learn, maybe use the word trees and use it in their drawing so you can check. It's a quick way to check if they know the word trees, and you did a little example. I like that you read every single question because maybe this is very young students and they don't know how to read all of the words. So you're giving them that scaffold. So wonderfully done, group. And I really like the way everyone is kind of working together. You know, one person is presenting, one person is talking. So good teamwork.
All right. Thank you, Mrs.
Okay, so I think, let me see what time we are at. Is there another group who would like to present? Is there another group who is very proud of their work and they want to present to others? Okay. No, so we are going to go on a break, my friends. It is 10, it's sorry, it's 9:55. So we will be back in 10 minutes at 10:05. If you are done early and you are bored, you can go to Get Epic and look around there for a nice storybook to match your lesson if you are bored. Okay, so enjoy your break, team. Okay, everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone is almost back. We are in our last module for today, and this is, even though it's at the very end, it's something that a good teacher is doing from the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. So this is assessment for learning and assessment of learning. What I mean is that you are having formative assessment. This is what you do in the middle of your lesson, throughout the lesson. You're checking if the students understand what you're teaching them, and it's included in your lesson activities. You use it to adjust your instruction. So it's a quick check to see, is my student able to do something independently? Or do I need to go back and teach it again? Do I need to put another scaffold or take a scaffold away because they are ready? Do I need to find a different way for my student to show their learning? Maybe they're not having success with typing. Maybe they need to draw a picture of their answer, or record their answer, or make a video of their answer. And it's very quick and easy, not a big test. So you can see some examples here. This is my little students. They are showing on their fingers the lesson understanding, and I can see how many fingers they're showing up to see if they're understanding. My second and third graders, this was a very quick check. Each student had their own page, and I can quickly see, are they using the correct conjunction and making sure that it's making sense. Communication, learning another language is all about making sense. Does it make sense? Do I understand, and do other people understand me? And the last example, this is compare and contrast. So we have been learning about, reading, making inferences. So this was, again, a really quick check. They're choosing A, B, or C. And it tells me if the students are trying to check evidence in their literacy passage, in their text. The other kind of assessment is summative assessment. It's at the end of your lesson. This is the test, but it does not have to be a test. It can be so many different ways. It's to measure growth. What did the students know before you started, and what can they do now? Are they independent in applying the skills? And this is perhaps the most important. Assess what you teach. A lot of times I do the same mistake. I try to see something that I did not teach them, And that's not fair because maybe though they don't know the language of what I'm asking them to do, or they don't have the background knowledge about a topic to answer my question completely. That's my fault as a teacher for trying to ask something I did not teach. So be very careful about the way you design your end of unit test. And it can be the, multiple choice or answer the question like this. This is a Google form assessment, reading assessment. You can have a writing assessment. So you can see my student, they are writing their answer, and I'm going to check if their answer makes sense. So he wrote, my favorite food is, and then he finished the sentence, chicken because is super mega ultra delicious. I did not teach him super mega ultra. I did teach him delicious, but I can see this child is using social English. He heard his friends use super mega ultra and he's applying it. So that tells me, okay, his social English skills are good. It's fine. But he's forgetting to use the word it. My food is chicken because it is super mega ultra delicious. So I need to go back and teach him that. The bottom example is a listening test. So I'm checking to see if the students can listen and remember 3 sentences and choose the correct answer. So it's very simple. They have a multiple choice, but all they have to do is put the correct picture that answers the question. They don't have to talk. So it's only checking the listening skill, not their reading skill, not their writing skill. So we are actually going to look at an example. This is a very simple phonics assessment. And it's something that you can design for your students too. Very simple. I have a picture.
E.
My students have a place to record their answer, and they have a place to check if they blended the word together. E, they should say
key.
So if they did not do it correctly the first time, they have another opportunity to try it again. And that's all that I'm assessing. This test, I'm only assessing if they can blend, because that's the skill I taught them. Another example is maybe some reading and writing. So this is, I'm so sorry, but it's going to take a couple of steps. So I would like to show you how to make this. There we go. So for your assessment, you're actually going to make a worksheet. So here, the first step I want to do when I open a new file, I need to go and change the page setup. When you open Google Slide, it's always like horizontal. So you need to go to page setup and do 8.5 by 11 inches. Then you will have worksheet size paper. And you can put any picture you want. So I just went on the internet and I made this. I found the picture of a pig, and then I clicked on the T and I typed what I want the students to do. I'm going to make a new page. So let's see. This time I want them to count how many farm animals you see. And I can just go on the internet and I can find picture of horses. I can go to images and I'll just pick a picture. Here we go. And I can use copy and paste. I like to use the snipping tool. And here we go. Control C for copy. I come back, I paste it, I make it small, and then I put the area where they're going to write. Easy peasy. Let's do one more. Let's do, did I do duck already? I did duck, I did cow, I did pig. What's another farm animal? Sheep or goat. I like goat. There we go. That's a cute picture. So I'm going to take a picture, snip it, Control C for copy, Control V. And obviously, you know, this is not copyright free. When you are making work, you want to try to have copyright free images when you have more time to make your worksheet. And again, I will make the space where students will respond, because for this page, I just want to see if they can count and if they can draw the number properly. So now I'm ready to download it as a PDF. I go to File, I go to Download, and I can choose to download it as a PDF for PDF-PAL. So here we go. It's downloaded. I can see it's opening in my PDF program, and I am ready to go upload it. So click on the plus sign, PDF-PAL, create. And this is, I'm going to call it the test. Maybe you don't want to call it test, but, and this is the last thing they're going to do. I upload the PDF. I think it's in my downloads. Open. Now, remember how you added scaffolds to your work? Do you think it will be fair to give them a test with 0 scaffolds? Or should you also include the scaffolds? What is your thoughts on that? Yes, scaffolds, no scaffolds. Show me thumbs up or thumbs down on your camera. What do you think? Give scaffold yes on the test? No scaffold on the test.
Yes,
okay, I'm seeing some thumbs up. Yes, it's okay to give them a scaffold on the test. If they learn how to do the work with scaffold, then they can show what they learn with the scaffold. That's okay. So again, think about what your students need. So I'm going to give the instruction. What is the missing word? Write the name of the animal in the blank space. There we go. So I just gave a scaffold. Maybe here I add another instruction, and I see what they can produce. So for your work today, you are going to make the assessment. You decide with your group what you want the students to show for their summative assessment. It can be reading and writing, it can be speaking and listening, it can be both. You decide what you want to see. So you will create the worksheet with questions and pictures in a Google slide. You will download it as a PDF. You will make a PDF-PAL node, and then you will upload it into your PDF Pal and add any scaffolds that your students will need for the test. So I'm going to share the link in the chat. Make sure that the person who is designing on the Google slide, you click the share button and you share your group's emails. Okay, so everyone can work on it together. It will be faster. What questions do you have before we start breakout rooms? Any questions? Okay, remember that in your student copy, on the last page, you have the group roles. You can decide that together. And you also have the important steps. Okay. All right, my friends, I am going to let you start. Here is the link in the chat coming your way, and I will also put it in your participant slide. So here we go. Here's the link is right there. And you can also click on it in the chat. It will make your own copy. So everybody will have their own copy. You need to share it with your group if only one person will work on it together. Breakout rooms. Okay, good luck. I'll see you in 25 minutes. Hi, Ibu Ani. Hi, Ibu Bekti. How was your meeting?
It's confusing.
Oh, are you still in the meeting? Are you
it's a
still
little fun, so it makes me confused.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
So what are we doing now? Is it
the students are making their assessment now. So they finished the oral language, they finished the reading and writing portion, the reading portion. So now they're designing a test for the students.
Okay.
And they're going to make it themselves. So they're making it on Google Slides, and they will change that into a PDF and put it in a roadmap.
I see, that's great.
Yeah, so you are welcome to join a breakout room if you would like, and see what your students are up to.
Okay.
you think about that?
Yeah, no, I'm familiar. You know, I grew up in the eastern part of the world, and tests were always very scary. There was an expectation at, you know, at home and at school, you have to get top marks, or you have to do your best on the quiz. But I really like that, you know, here after I immigrated, there was not so much focus on getting 100%. There is more acceptance. Okay, you can show me that you are learning. Show me that you are growing from 55% at the beginning. Now you are 80%. That's good. You are growing. Keep growing.
Encouraging. I think it's a very important point.
Encouraging.
The problem with our context is that even parents, they're very too enthusiastic about the students' evaluation, especially the formal ones. Yeah. So I remember a child who the parents said, "Wake up! You're going to have a test." And then when the child was trying to watch TV, no TV, you have to. This kind of situation is sometimes not good, right? For
no. And I think
that,
you know, tomorrow's future teachers, you know, are in your classroom and they can change things. So Tri and Willanda and Febi and, you know, everyone in the classroom, when you are a teacher, you can have open communication with the parents, and you can say, you know, they're going to have one test in the classroom, but another test, they're going to come home and they have to teach you 2 things about outer space. They're going to teach you, and I will call you and see what they talk to you about. So that's another kind of test for the student. Can you teach someone else what you learned? You can have a different kind of test. You can tell your students, okay, one part of the test is in the classroom. You're answering my questions. Now I want you to make me a model of the ocean animals. I want you to, here's some materials, here's some paper, some scissors, some glue. Make me an animal with the construction paper. So you can change the direction of learning for your students and your families, and tell them it's okay, they don't have to worry about evaluation, like the marks always. It's about how much you are learning from before. But Ibu Nuri, I thank you for these conversations. I've really enjoyed kind of talking about the pedagogy, you know, the principles of teaching. So I thank you for that. Okay, team, are you ready to share? Yay! Okay, here we go. Let me go to my picker wheel and let's try.
Group 6, yay!
You guessed that. You need to start playing lottery. You are a good guesser.
Finally. Finally.
Okay, group 6, will you please share your screen and show us what you have designed?
Please, Mbak Wayuni and friends.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Wait a minute. I will share my screen.
Okay. Thank you, Wayuni.
Excuse me, can you see my screen?
Yes. Okay, can someone in the group explain your assessment?
Intan or Sabrina?
Okay, I will explain what assessment. So first we have 3 parts. First part is part A. So so students have to match the picture with the invention that match the inventors with the word in the right side. And yes, and part B, students have to arrange the jumble sentence like bicycle came Macmillan, the invented bicycle came Macmillan. And part C, we give them they have to show their opinion, like self-assessment, like who do you think is your favorite inventor and why, or if you could invent something, what would it be? Explain briefly, like that.
Oh, I love that last
Maybe
question.
Thank you.
I really like this part because, you know, when you have an open response, they don't have choices. The students can choose. It really shows so much about what is in their brains to the teacher, and allows them to have joy in their learning. We want our students to be joyful. So these are some great ideas. I like the jumbled sentences. I like matching. Then it's more open. So again, different levels. Nice job.
Thank you, Ibu.
Thank you.
All right, let's spin and see who's next. Breakout room 4. It's your turn.
Yes, wait a minute.
Is Pinasti and Melvin group 4?
Yes.
Okay.
2 of us. Here we have 2 assessment because we do the speaking, listening, and then reading, writing assessment separately. So we made 2 different PDFs, and then so we divided into 2 assessment. So here's the listening. Oh, this is speaking assessment. Here we want the students to identify who is in the picture and then what responsibilities they have. And then the second page, we have the listening assessment where I give them the clue, like I work in the restaurant and I make delicious food. Who am I? This kind of things. And I want the students to answer it by typing it. And here's the answer section. And then for reading and writing, Melvin made this, matching the image and the pictures and the right profession or job.
Wow, I really like this page 2 of their listening and speaking, where you give them the clue. This is such a perfect listening test because there is no other clue. They're only depending on what they are hearing to write the correct answer. So that's a very good match of listening, a listening test. Very nice.
Thank you.
Puja, can I ask you a question?
Sure, Ibu Nuri.
It's about that we need to use a children-friendly language. Means you know, depending on the level. Since we in that English is not our native language, sometimes it's difficult for us to use children-friendly language. Say, for example, responsibility is long, yeah.
Yes.
But we need to use something like what do they do, or yeah. What do you think about that?
That is a really good point, Ibu Nuri. And students, I would encourage you to remember that as well. You know, we have been talking, always think about your students' age and the proficiency level. You know, it's possible to teach about jobs to 5th grade, and it's possible to teach about jobs to kindergarten, but you will use different language and scaffolding. So 5th graders can do at their level and kindergartners can answer at their level. So responsibility, for example, is a good choice for your 4th grade, your 5th grade. For kindergarten, you know, we didn't even use the word profession. You know, when we were on ReadWorks, we were searching for the articles, we had to type the word jobs to find more choices. So you can always think about your students' levels when you're making the scaffolding and the test.
You know, when our department is actually not specially preparing the students to be a teacher of children. We are preparing our students to be to teach in junior high school and senior high school, but we equip them optionally we equip them to teach children. So sometimes we have difficulties in making them able to speak, you know, use children-friendly language, like what I meant before. Now,
yeah.
Now, is there any literature or anything that can help us and how to speak to children? I mean,
I would, if you give me a few days, I can find some blogs or articles that would be helpful for you to use in your classroom. Really the best way to you can do 3 things. You can watch on YouTube, there are lots of videos of teaching English to young children. So watch a few of them so you can see the teacher's actions and what words they do. Step 2 is go to like Get Epic and then look at the words in a kindergarten book, look at the words in a grade 2 book, and look at the words in a grade 4 book, same topic, and see how they change, see how the language changes on the same topic, but there will be different language structures and vocabulary. That will give you a good idea. And step 3, I forgot step 3. What I was gonna say.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Step 3 is just, it's boring, you know, just do some research, you know, read articles about what they're saying. But a real life connection that helps me is I think about how I talk to my oldest children and how I talk to my youngest child. He has some trouble with language, with speech. So everything is very simple when I talk to him. You know, I keep the words very simple. I remove anything that is not needed. And my expectation is also very simple for him. Whereas with my older children, my expectation is more. I use words that not only they understand, but I introduce new words because I want them to hear those words from me so they can start using those new words when they're talking to their teachers and their friends. So you have experience, you have brothers, sisters, cousins, use that experience and apply it to teaching English.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ibu Nuri, I love the topics that you bring up. I just love it so much. I am so sorry, Pinesti's group. I think you were going to show us the reading and writing test. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so for the reading and writing assessment, I'm just going to give them to match the picture and the clue. Just so I think because it is in kindergarten level, so I'm not going to make it hard because yeah.
Okay. So I like that there is, picture support. I see that you are reading the directions out loud. I see the speaker button. You have the home language support also, and 3 choices. So it's, they are choosing the word, the shape of the word that they remember, right? Even if they don't know how to read policeman, they maybe have read the word pilot and they can remember the shape of the word, even if they are not confident readers yet. So very nice. Thank you for using those supports and waiting to share your screen.
Thank you.
Is there another team that would really like to share? Anyone who really wants to share, you can go.
Group 7, I guess.
Group 7, do you want to share?
Barara and Manisa are eager to present. Come on, Barara, Manisa. Barara?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Nisa. Thank you.
So here we go. We make this task for a young learner. First, they have to complete the sentences that they have learned in the previous meeting, assuming that. And we also provide an example for the first question like this. The sun is blah, blah, blah. And we have write it first, so they will do the rest of the question easily.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. And I'm seeing that.
Yeah, they just need to fill the blank.
So I'm noticing some really good things. You have lots of clear pictures, lots of very easy to understand directions. You are giving the microphone so the student knows, okay, I have to click it and record myself. They don't even have to read it. They can see the picture.
Yeah, after they finish to complete the question, so they need to record their voice and read it aloud. Read the question aloud.
Okay, so you're kind of combining listening and speaking and reading and writing together.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. And I appreciate that you gave an example of one of the words from the vocabulary bank. So they can, I would even suggest maybe highlighting, with the highlighter tool, highlighting the word that you already used in the vocabulary bank so they can kind of see, oh, okay, my teacher used that word. That's where I can find it. So wonderful. Wonderful job, my friends. Good job.
Something like that.
Puja, a question, please.
Sure.
I actually don't know how students would look at the test. I mean, how do we record them? Whether they have done this work or not, whether they can see each other or not. How do I know
brought
that?
up the perfect question, Ibu Yuniar. That is the next part. I know we're kind of running out of time. So I will share it very quickly. But I think this is something, you know, would be helpful to have another session sometime in the future if you need, with the University of Michigan. But if you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up.
Looking forward to it.
I know my professor can do the presentation next time. So there are two ways. You can create a class. So if you go to manage classes, it will let you bring your, you can make a new class. Let's see, Indonesia. And I can click create. And I can now bring students. So I can add my students individually with email, or if I have a Google Classroom, then it's very easy. It will automatically bring all my students from the Google Classroom that I choose.
I see. Okay.
And then I can click on monitor and assess. Then I need to distribute the roadmap. So I click on distribute, and it will, I can choose which one I want to share, you know. It's very slow. So I choose, okay, professions, I click next, then I choose which class, Indonesia, I click next, and then I can also choose the mode. If I want students to work individually, I can choose solo. If I want everybody to work together, I choose collaborative, and I can make groups. So I can say, okay, Ibu Yuniar and Ibu Nuri, you're going to work together. And Ibu Bekti and Ibu Ani, you're going to work together. So I can make the group and distribute.
Okay.
One other way that you can share if you only have one student or you don't have a classroom is also easy. So remember the 3 dots in the corner of the map? You go there and you click on student link. So this is what I shared with you because you were not in my Google Classroom on Sunday. So I copied the student link and then I just share it on WhatsApp or chat or email.
Okay.
And when I click on modify my roadmaps, the garage tool button, I can see what my students have done. I can see who opened it because their name is next to the name of the map. I can see Nisa opened it on August 8th. I can see, Adristi opened something on August 9th. And I can go inside the map. So just remember, if you are a collaborator with another teacher, you can make changes on the map. The student cannot make any changes. They cannot delete things by accident. They cannot move things by accident. They are, they're stuck with what you give them.
So the design is that when we have tests there, it means that each student will have a record, right? If we have included them in the class, and then when they submit their task, we can see it directly from each of the record.
Yes. So for example, I'm going to jump into Adristi's map. So this is Adristi's copy. So, she can, whoops. So when she goes and launches, she can do the work. I can also go and leave my feedback. And I can say, oh, okay, Adristi, this one, do it this way. Or I can, give her a little bit note. I can write a note and say, good job, or keep going. I can write a little note.
I see.
So that's really important for feedback. It's not really give a test, you're all done. It's how can the student keep learning?
Okay.
So students actually start in a different link. You will notice that your teacher roadmap is blue in the top. Student roadmaps are green in the top.
I see.
So for example, I'm going to go in Adristi's one in the student, and look what I can do. So I finished, let's pretend I finished. I'm a student. I click the completed box and my teacher knows, oh, okay, she finished that. I can go check what she did. There we go. So it's very interactive, but the technology part, I think, Mr. Josh Meyer or Professor, our team can always show you how to use the technology more, but you have some ideas now of how to design the lessons with technology.
Yes.
So can I please ask you to complete a feedback form for today and for yesterday. I will share it in the chat for all the students and for the instructors. I am so sorry we are 5 minutes over our time. But Ibu Yuniar, you wanted to talk to the students?
Yes, it's been very fruitful. These 2 days, we've been really grateful to have you and teach us about this. And just to make sure that roadmap is accessible anytime, is that right? If students decide to use that as their learning teaching platform, would that be okay?
That's totally okay. I would suggest that if you want your students to continue designing lessons for their university classes or field work, email me. We will set up some kind of training with the University of Michigan, the Center for Digital Curricula. The platform is free. Now you will probably have to, there is probably a fee for professional development from the center, but it is really a dynamic platform to use.
All right. So thank you very much. Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, for students, you have a group, please stay there because we're going to have some reflection and things like that. But I think today we can have an evaluation form from Puja first. Do you have it?
Yep, so it's here's the evaluation Google form. There's another way you can do a test.
Yes, Google form.
But if you can finish that, students and also instructors, that will be very helpful for me in the future to make changes and make it better.
Yes.
And do you have any questions at all?
Any questions from the student? It's already past midnight in the US.
Yes.
Okay, so is there any words from the facilitators? Any questions? Bu Nuri, you would like to say something?
I guess I just want to express our deep gratitude to Ibu Puja for being with us, and also for the students who have been here with us also. And I really appreciate the participation of the students although they might not take English for children, yeah, but I'm really grateful to all of you, and also Ibu Puja. We're looking forward to being with you again in the future. We do hope that it's possible.
I would love that. This has been such a growth opportunity for me. You know, I train teachers all the time. You know, teachers who are already teaching, and I, you know, of course, teach students. And I have done some professional development before, you know, online with technology, but this is my first time teaching university students. So you have made this a wonderful experience for me. I thank you for your hard work and your willingness to try new things and taking a risk. I think that's a wonderful.
I'm really grateful because we have been worried a lot about that. Suddenly we have to do things online, and I myself actually I'm not really prepared for that. Yeah, we are thinking about that. It's going to be in the future, but with the pandemic, everything should be online, and I'm worried because even we have we need to think about the children that we're going to teach, and also our students here. They are not ready for making things online, and I'm really worried about that. And thank you very much for opening things for us. Thank you.
Of course, you know, the first step is always the scariest, but I think you have wonderful students. They are such risk takers, and they're digitally comfortable. They're digital natives. So for them to make the jump from using technology for fun and entertainment to using it for a purpose is going to be easy for them. And I think they're so lucky to have all the instructors. You know, every time I came to the breakout room, I saw the instructors really asking meaningful questions. They are giving such suggestions that combine theory of teaching language to the practical application, and you're making those connections visible for your students. So they're so lucky to have you as well.
All right, thank you so much. Now, kindly put your camera on so that we can take photos of everyone joining the program. Mas Satrio, could you help taking the pictures?
Okay, Bu. Okay, please everyone, turn on your camera, and also please put on your best smile, okay? Because we are going to have some photo sessions here. Smile. Yes, the most sincere smile. Okay, and I will capture the photo in 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Second page, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, wait a second. I need to keep the picture first. Okay. Okay, now the first page. I will capture in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Mas Satrio.
Thank you, Mas Satrio. All right. Puja, it's been great. Yeah, these past 2 days, you've been helping us a lot with this, and I'm hoping that we can still have contact. You can still contact you in the future to consult some things, and if I may keep your numbers and your emails, maybe once in a while I would like to talk to you and consult several things with you.
Of course, okay. Of course. Yes, please keep in touch. And students, you know, use the platform, you know, experiment, try things out. You are not, you know, connected to just the platform. Of course, you can find other resources, and you can always add things as a web resource to your lessons. And as you get more comfortable, you will discover things and you will have questions. So ask your instructors, they will let me know. and you know, we can learn some new tricks. There are ways to make your whole day and put it inside 1 week, and make all the weeks and put it inside one unit. So I have lots of fun.
All right then. Okay, so this workshop is not ending here actually, because we are going to work now. Students are going to work with us in their small groups, and they have their task to submit to us. So thank you, Puja.
When I close the meeting, it will actually close everything. So
okay.
I think they can still
the link for the module also, would that include the link to the module also?
Yeah, it will close the Zoom
perhaps
meeting.
we can use Tiara's Zoom. Again, Tiara can
later when we continue, we will have our Zoom
our Zoom.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Can we still access our roadmap, Ibu Puja?
Yes, that is yours to access. Students, make sure that you share the roadmap, your group's roadmap with your instructors, so that they can give you suggestions and you can continue improving it.
All right then.
Okay.
Hey, thank you so much.
Hi everyone. It was so nice to meet you, students. Goodbye.
Bye. Have a great rest.
Bye.
Yeah. Take care and enjoy Eid. I think that's coming up. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Eid Mubarak, guys.
Bye.